Okay guys, here we are in Theatre of Magic, and first of all I must say, I mean, you know, at the end of the day, every single table that Zen does, the quality of the graphics, the modeling is absolutely superb. The only thing is the overall lighting and the dynamic lighting is not quite there, and of course without all the flashing effects and stuff, it really does lose a lot of its ambience, especially against a real machine, which of course I've got. So let's hook in here and see how this plays. Now straight off the bat, that shot, that loop shot, if I can't grab it. The one that goes around there is, well, it's not the same as my machine. My machine will do that shot there. See how that comes back around and back down to there? That's exactly what should happen on the other side. But for some reason, they have it hit something and go over to the other flipper, and it's really disconcerting. And I don't think it's just my machine. I remember playing the one in Auckland in New Zealand. I'm sure that one had the same thing. It loops round to that, or loops round back to that. It doesn't loop round to that and come round to that side. Wow. And it was quite funny, because from playing my real machine and playing this, it was immediately was the first thing I was like, what the? So who knows? Maybe their machine does that. It must do that. Their machine must do that, but I wonder how it's supposed to be, if that's the case. Now, the other thing, yeah, just in terms of the overall lighting, again, and I've worked with the gamma settings, guys, and you know, this is about as good as I can get it. My real table is actually pretty dark, and with a lot of flashing lights. Of course, if you're playing it in the dark, but even if you're playing it in the light, I don't know, it just wouldn't look like this. It just doesn't look like this. And guys, I will do a full-on, there you go, it goes around the other side. That's how it should be, the other way. I'm going to do a full-on comparison of this table with my real table at some point. Obviously not now, because this really is a first look, and I want to, you know, wait till the community comes out with all the updates. I'll have a real DMD and stuff, and I can sort of, you know, I mean, obviously that doesn't make any difference to the gameplay on the table, but it just adds to the overall feel. Gosh, that's weird. That's so weird. And we'll do that, guys. We'll compare it. We'll probably compare it to VPX. I think there's a new VPX version that Third Axis is working on, and that guy's got so much talent that I would really like to see what he comes up with, as well as a bit of a comparison. So at some point, guys, and definitely, again, subscribe if you want to see this in the future, but we're definitely going to do a comparison against this, a real Tom, and hopefully a updated version from Third Axis. We've still got to play here, guys, and I'm not in the remastered mode. I am just flicking away here on the normal, because this is what I'm used to. I just want to no distractions, trying to figure out in terms of real gameplay, how good is this? And there's no doubt in my mind, guys, that from, you know, the Pinball Arcade comparison, well, there's no comparison. This is so much better, but there are still some challenges. There's still some things that just do not sit well with me. One of them is the ball movement is still, it's still too fast, guys. Oops, we've locked up. Nice. That's my machine, guys. Remember, I've got to do this upgrade. It's all part of it. Let me reboot. We'll come back in. Okay, guys, we are back. And we are playing, of course, classic arcade mode in my mind. It's the only mode to play in terms of good ball physics and all the rest of it. It still gets me. But I was talking about the ball speed, guys, and it's not like the maximum ball speed on occasions should be as fast as it is, but there's too much speed in between, and it's really hard to explain. And I'm hoping that now that, of course, I've got a real table, I can do an apples to apples comparison between this table, the real table, and also how VPX does it, because I do feel VPX has a slight edge still on physics. There are some things in Zen that I actually find that I quite like better than VPX. I can't quite put my finger on it. By the way, that trunk moves too fast. Unless my motor in my machine is clapped it, that motor is on high speed. Maybe they've got a better machine than I have, and probably do. Whew. Oh, one thing I actually noticed that was really cool is when you hit the trunk, the little metal plate on the front flaps around. That little metal plate flaps around. In fact, even when it moves around when the ball's not on there, I just saw it there. See, it just kicked out. That's really cool because mine does that. And I actually thought that mine was broken. It needed fixing. Oh, this is the other thing too. Coming out of the trap door, it's got a squeak. It's got a squeak to it. Mine squeaks. I was like, oh, I got to lube that thing up. That thing there makes a big squeak. And this one squeaks as well. So obviously theirs squeaked in the studio. I think that's hilarious. Obviously a common problem. I was really hoping to fix that, guys. That's it's frustrating. I thought a bit of some sort of lubrication would work that out really well. Anyway, let's have another game. I haven't really been concentrating on playing here. Maybe let's put it into remastered mode. And let's just take a look at this. This is interesting. We'll just flick between here. You can sort of see the difference. We've got the glowing flippers. We've got the hat, the girl there. We've got the Big Ben turns up. What else have we got? That's sort of it. I know Chris on the Blarcade didn't like the glowing flippers, especially in combination to the glowing ball that sometimes occurs. To be honest, I don't have a problem with it, so I'm pretty okay with the glowing flippers. But I must admit, he had a better suggestion. We're talking about putting like, I don't know, magic fairy dust or some sort of, you know, I don't know, electro lightning or something within the flippers. That would have been cool. That would have actually been really cool. But yeah, I don't mind it. But generally, guys, the main problem I have is the way the ball moves is now consistent with every table. For one, it's like I can tell this is the same ball movement, which is good because you sort of expect that. In some ways, you know, I've got quite a few real tables now, guys, and they all seem to have their own sort of personalities. And I know that's a lot of that's to do with, you know, the age of the table and all the rest of it. And are we going for a real table look here, or, you know, for every single table? And we sort of are. We're not really going for the age look, which is a bit of a shame because I think, you know, actually having settings to age a table would be pretty awesome. But I think, yeah, I think with the remastered effects on this table, we haven't really seen a lot go on at the moment, to be honest. I'm not as impressed as their other tables that they've done, and I'm quite surprised, to be honest. We got a little bit of a puff of smoke there. I would have thought they would have really gone to town on this. And oh, this is classic, isn't it? Playing virtual pinball on the DMD on a virtual pinball machine. That's pretty freaky. tell you what though, the way the ball moves on the DMD is pretty crazy. Here we go. Now we got we had the flashing ball there on the extra ball. That was cool. And oh, wow. And by the way, the table they've got to stop moving the table when we're doing the nudge. The table in cabinet mode, guys, it's got to be fixed. The ball moves, the table doesn't. It's those little things that, you know, will start to annoy me over time. I'll be like, come on guys, that's where, you know, the meetings aren't happening. That's where Mel and the boys aren't sitting down going, hey, are we really accommodating the realism factor here to as much as we could? You've got to have those meetings, guys. And I'll be fair, because come on, the physics on this is still absolutely awesome, and Deep has done a sensational job. Can't take it away from him. But hey, I'm just looking for the ultimate. And, you know, how far do you want to go? How good do you want to be as a software development house in the area of pinball? Do you want to be known as the studio that took pinball to the next level and then continued to take it to the next level to be the best pinball experience ever? And I think they can do that. And it actually frustrates me when they're like 80% there. It's like, it's that other 20% that's hard though, right guys? That's the challenge. So listen, I don't mind these, you know, it's nice. I like these little effects. I just don't know, Theatre of Magic, I would have thought be a lot more, I don't know, starry, dusty, magical stuff going on in the remastered mode. So, nice looking ball there though. That does look good, I must admit.